Women over 60 years of age. This daily morning practice can help you overcome sarcopenia. It requires a mere 30 seconds. Did you realize that your actions during the initial 60 minutes after awakening each day can dictate whether you will experience a vibrant, self-reliant life well into your 80s? Or will you lose so much muscle tissue that you will require a wheelchair, reside in an assisted living facility, or worse, suffer a fall, sustain a hip fracture, and pass away? This might sound like an exaggeration, but it is a scientific truth. Alarmingly, many senior women unwittingly engage in daily morning behaviors that diminish their lifespan long before they are aware of the consequences. However, in this presentation, I will reveal 10 effective and straightforward morning rituals, each taking 30 seconds or less. When practiced consistently, these habits can reverse muscle deterioration more effectively than any pharmaceutical or dietary supplement. And here is the most astonishing revelation. One of these practices has been endorsed by leading geriatricians and scientists, and holds the potential to add years, perhaps even decades, to your life. As a medical professional with over 2 decades of experience, I have witnessed these practices benefit thousands of my senior patients who have struggled with sarcopenia for an extended period. My name is Dr. Hillman, and you are welcome to the Senior Food Blog. Please subscribe to our channel for additional natural strategies to recover from muscle loss and rapidly build muscle. You can also find our muscle recovery meal plan in the comments section. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce Sophie. Sophie is an exceptional woman. At the age of 61, a truly remarkable individual. She observed her friends grappling with various chronic health issues, ranging from heart disease and dementia to weakened leg muscles and diabetes. Essentially, the very ailments we all fear as we age. Yet, today, Sophie is 90 years old and possesses the strength of a 40-year-old. She navigates stairs independently. She still drives her automobile, and her peers are constantly bewildered as to why she is not aging rapidly, especially since she does not frequent the gymnasium. Everyone inquires about her secret, and it was certainly not attributable to genetics, as Sophie's twin brother did not reach the age of 70. She also had uncles and other family members who did not reach 70. Sophie's life underwent a transformation after attending a health conference, where she discovered the 10 secret morning practices I will be sharing with you shortly. These were not drastic changes, but rather subtle adjustments that completely redirected her muscle growth trajectory. While her contemporaries suffered from muscle depletion, Sophie remained robust and flourished. When I spoke with Sophie and directly asked her what had made such a profound difference in her life, she did not hesitate, immediately highlighting her morning routine habits. Let us begin. First, consume a protein-rich breakfast. Our inaugural crucial habit is a protein-rich breakfast. Have you ever paused to consider what is actually occurring within your body at this very moment? Particularly if you skipped breakfast this morning or merely had a cup of coffee and a slice of toast. If not, listen attentively. Your muscles are actively breaking down as you absorb this information, a process known as sarcopenia. This condition silently deprives seniors of their strength, independence, and mobility on a daily basis. The very first action almost every individual who maintains strength and independence into their 80s, 90s, and beyond takes upon waking is not to reach for sugary cereal, settle for plain toast, or forego breakfast entirely. It is to consume a protein-rich breakfast, and the timing of this simple act is absolutely vital for your muscle health. Leading geriatric specialists and pioneering longevity researchers at Harvard Medical School have made a significant discovery. Failing to ingest protein in the morning can accelerate muscle loss by as much as 30%. Andrea Collins, a distinguished authority in geriatric nutrition, eloquently explains. During the extended hours of sleep, your body enters a fasting state. Without protein in the morning, muscles continue to degrade rather than rebuild. This exacerbates sarcopenia and heightens your susceptibility to falls, fractures, and dependency. Consider Martha's narrative, which powerfully exemplifies this point. At 74 years old, Martha was truly struggling. She experienced weakness in her leg muscles, persistent fatigue, and dreaded ascending staircases. Her physicians were concerned that she would soon require a walking aid. But then she adopted a surprisingly uncomplicated regimen. Each morning, within 30 minutes of awakening, she commenced consuming a protein-rich breakfast. This consisted of 2 eggs, a scoop of Greek yogurt, and a small handful of pumpkin seeds. Within an astonishing 60 days, her leg strength had improved. She felt invigorated and could ambulate around her neighborhood once more, without apprehension of falling. My family could not believe the transformation, Martha shared with me, still amazed. They kept asking what new supplement I was taking, and I simply told them, "Just protein for breakfast first thing in the morning," Martha stated. "So, here is your straightforward plan for initiating this tomorrow morning. Before you retire to bed tonight, arrange everything you require for a protein-rich breakfast. To prepare a delectable high-protein breakfast bowl, simply scramble or fry 2 fresh eggs until they reach your preferred level of doneness. Then add a side of sizzling turkey sausage, piping hot from the pan. Toast a slice of hearty whole-grain bread and, if you desire a touch of extra creaminess, top it with smooth avocado slices. Finally, enhance the presentation with a scattering of fresh berries on the side, providing natural sweetness and antioxidants. This simple breakfast delivers over 30 grams of protein, helps maintain muscle strength, and provides sustained energy to commence the day positively. And if you are seeking even more delicious, high-protein breakfast ideas similar to this one, be sure to explore the Muscle Recovery Meal Plan linked in the description box and the pinned comment below. The very instant you awaken, before your day becomes overwhelming, commit to consuming at least 25 grams of protein. This is not the time for empty carbohydrates or mere coffee. It is time for genuine nourishment for your muscles. Make this a non-negotiable component of your morning, akin to brushing your teeth. Following hours of fasting, your muscles are desperately awaiting protein. Do not prolong their wait any longer than absolutely necessary. Can you genuinely commit to this remarkably simple habit that possesses the potential to significantly decelerate muscle loss and preserve your independence for years to come? The seniors who live the longest and remain the strongest do not consider this optional for them. It is absolutely essential. Are you already implementing this? If not, when will you choose to commence? Tomorrow morning could truly mark the very beginning of your strength transformation. Second, engage in resistance or strength-based movement. Our second life-enhancing habit involves resistance or strength-based movement. Have you ever considered that you might be unknowingly accelerating muscle loss each morning without even realizing it? If you are not incorporating at least a few minutes of strength-based activity within the first 30 minutes of waking up, you are unfortunately missing out on one of the most potent longevity catalysts that researchers have recently identified. Studies conducted by the National Institute on Aging clearly demonstrate that simple resistance exercises, such as squats, wall push-ups, or using light resistance bands in the morning, can enhance muscle protein synthesis by over 40%, aiding in the maintenance of strength, independence, and balance well into your 80s and 90s. Dr. Emily Lawson, a prominent researcher in geriatric muscle health, clarifies its significance. Morning strength movement stimulates muscle cells that fundamentally govern everything, from your balance and metabolism to the amount of muscle you retain over the subsequent 24 hours. Neglecting this crucial morning practice is closely associated with an elevated risk of falls, fractures, and muscle depletion after the age of 60. Let us examine Linda's compelling experience. At 69 years old, Linda had been contending with weakened legs and frequent falls. She had tried supplements, specialized diets, and even physical therapy sessions, but nothing seemed to yield lasting improvement. Then, her physician proposed a remarkably straightforward alteration. Dedicate just 5 minutes each morning to performing bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, and light chair exercises. Within a mere 3 weeks, Linda was not only more stable on her feet, she was once again ascending staircases without apprehension, and her energy levels throughout the day had increased. What truly astonished her, however, were the unexpected positive outcomes. My back pain eased, she stated. I slept better at night, and I even felt more confident when walking outdoors. All of this was achieved simply by engaging in basic morning strength workouts, rather than skipping exercise altogether. Please do not postpone embracing this incredibly life-altering habit for another day. Commencing tomorrow morning, make it your unwavering objective to engage in at least 5 minutes of resistance or strength-based movement immediately upon waking, even if it entails merely standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times, or pushing against a wall for 60 seconds. These minor actions stimulate your muscles in ways that safeguard your independence. And if mobility is a concern, even gentle resistance band stretches or seated leg lifts can make a substantial difference. This is not merely about physical exertion. It is profoundly about recalibrating your body's capacity to preserve muscle, maintain independence, and actively decelerate the aging process at a cellular level. Are you genuinely prepared to bestow this invaluable gift upon your body tomorrow morning? What could possibly be preventing you from dedicating 5 simple minutes to embracing this powerful ritual? Your muscles are quite literally awaiting this critical signal to remain strong, keep you upright, stable, and protected from sarcopenia. Third, vitamin D and sunlight exposure. How you choose to expose your body or fail to expose it to sunlight before that initial cup of coffee can genuinely determine how strong your muscles remain when you reach 80 or 90 years of age. The overwhelming majority of seniors, unfortunately, commit the critical error of remaining indoors until well after breakfast. This unknowingly exacerbates vitamin D deficiency, a condition that profoundly accelerates sarcopenia and weakens bones over time. Research conducted by endocrinologists at Harvard Medical School has demonstrated that morning sunlight exposure enhances vitamin D levels and muscle function, thereby reducing the risk of fractures in older adults by more than 40%. Dr. Hannah Reynolds, who directs geriatric endocrinology at Harvard, underscores this finding. Our research unequivocally indicates that exposure to direct sunlight within the first hour of awakening actually activates the body's inherent vitamin D production, which is indispensable for calcium absorption, bone strength, and the maintenance of lean muscle mass. Without it, seniors face a dramatically heightened risk of falls, hip fractures, and rapid muscle decline. This straightforward practice completely revolutionized Helen's life. At 72 years old, she was struggling with fragile bones and weak leg muscles, constantly fearful of falling. Her physician warned her that a hip fracture could permanently deprive her of her independence. As a final hopeful measure, she was advised to spend 15 minutes outdoors each morning after waking. Within just 8 weeks, Helen's vitamin D levels had improved dramatically. Her balance had stabilized, and her confidence had returned. I honestly believed sunlight couldn't make such a significant difference, she shared with genuine delight. Now I stroll through my garden every morning without fear, and I feel more alive than I have in years. So, Here is your practical action plan for tomorrow. After you have consumed your morning water, but before eating or drinking coffee, step outside for 10 to 15 minutes of direct sunlight. If possible, allow the sun to warm your face and arms for that brief period without sunscreen. On overcast days, outdoor light is still dozens of times more potent than indoor illumination, and your body will continue to synthesize vitamin D. If mobility presents a challenge, even sitting near a sunny window can be beneficial, and during the winter months or in regions with limited sunlight, you might consider a medically approved vitamin D supplement under your doctor's supervision. This is not solely about sunshine. It is profoundly about providing your muscles and bones with the essential nourishment they require to counteract sarcopenia and maintain your strength, stability, and independence for many years to come. Will you choose tomorrow morning to embrace this gift of light? Simply envision yourself at 85 or 90 years old, walking with confidence, not trepidation. Those who achieve this are not merely fortunate by birth. They consistently adhere to this vital morning ritual. Will you join them? Fourth, hydration with electrolytes. This remarkably swift habit may represent the most potent strategy for safeguarding your muscles and preventing sarcopenia that is seldom discussed. Astonishingly, however, most seniors entirely disregard it. What if I were to inform you that the very first beverage you choose in the morning significantly influences your muscles, your equilibrium, and even your risk of falls throughout the entire day, potentially extending or unfortunately curtailing years of your independence? Researchers at the National Institute on Aging have meticulously documented that seniors who hydrate adequately in the morning with the addition of electrolytes, minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and sodium maintain muscle function up to 35% more effectively than those who merely sip plain water or forego hydration altogether. Dr. Robert Hayes, a leading researcher in muscle aging, explains, following hours of sleep, your body experiences mild dehydration. Without electrolytes, your muscles cannot contract efficiently, your nerves may misfire, and your balance can decline. This creates an environment conducive to the accelerated progression of sarcopenia. Replenishing electrolytes first thing in the morning provides your muscles with the essential components they need to remain strong and responsive. This simple ritual completely transformed Clara's life. At 79 years old, Clara often felt dizzy when she stood up in the mornings. Her legs felt weak, and she nearly stumbled several times each week. Her doctor cautioned her that dehydration and inadequate mineral intake were diminishing her muscle strength. As an experiment, she initiated a new practice. Each morning, immediately after waking, she consumed a glass of water mixed with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon for natural electrolytes. Within just 2 weeks, Clara noticed she was more stable on her feet. Her muscle cramps subsided, and her energy levels surged. I honestly thought weakness was simply a part of aging, she shared. But it turns out I was depriving my muscles of what they needed most, hydration with minerals. So, here is your practical action plan for tomorrow. Upon waking, prepare a full glass of water and add a pinch of natural sea salt or Himalayan salt, along with a squeeze of lemon. If you prefer, you can opt for a low-sugar electrolyte powder formulated for seniors. Consume this before your coffee or food, and allow your muscles to absorb the hydration and minerals they have been craving all night. This is not merely about quenching thirst. It is profoundly about providing your muscles and nerves with the critical electrolytes they require to contract, stabilize your body, and resist the debilitating effects of sarcopenia. Will you choose to make hydration with electrolytes a non-negotiable aspect of your morning routine tomorrow? Simply envision yourself walking with steady balance, free from cramps, and with stronger muscles at 85 or 90 years old. Those who achieve this are not simply fortunate by genetics. They are consistently practicing this vital morning ritual. Will you join them? Fifth, incorporate omega-3 fatty acids, either as a supplement or through nutrient-rich foods. Is your current morning routine silently depriving your muscles of the vital nourishment they need to stay strong and resilient? The stark reality is that most seniors consume minimal to no omega-3 south. This oversight actively accelerates muscle deterioration and inflammation within the body. Unfortunately, many do not realize this until it is too late, when sarcopenia has already eroded their strength. Nutritional gerontologists, experts in the field of aging nutrition, have identified omega-3 intake as one of the most potent defenses against muscle loss. Populations with high omega-3 consumption exhibit significantly lower rates of sarcopenia and retain muscle function well into their 80s and 90s. In fact, studies have revealed that omega-3 south can reduce inflammatory markers in the body by an impressive 45%, facilitating muscle repair rather than degradation. Dr. Valerie Dawson, a leading researcher at the Longevity Nutrition Institute, elaborates on this point. Omega-3 fatty acids directly influence muscle protein synthesis, the very process your body employs to build and repair muscle. Without adequate omega-3 south, your muscles simply do not respond as effectively to protein or exercise. However, with them, seniors can substantially mitigate muscle loss and even regain strength. Consider Barbara's first-hand experience. At 73 years old, she observed her arms and legs becoming progressively weaker, and even simple tasks like carrying groceries felt arduous. Her physician advised her to begin incorporating omega-3 south into her morning regimen, rather than solely relying on supplements. Barbara collaborated with a nutritionist to integrate foods such as salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts into her breakfast, alongside a high-quality omega-3 capsule. Within just 3 months, Barbara's strength assessments showed improvement. Her morning stiffness diminished, and she felt more capable in her daily activities. "I did not alter much else," Barbara admitted, "but my body feels younger and stronger, and my energy has returned." So, here is your essential omega-3 strategy for tomorrow morning. Accompany your breakfast with either an omega-3 supplement, ideally one providing at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DA, or consume whole foods rich in omega-3 south, such as salmon, sardines, flax seeds, chia seeds, or walnuts. If you follow a plant-based diet, algae-based omega-3 capsules are also an excellent alternative. The true advantage of this habit lies in its lack of time commitment. You are already eating breakfast. Now, you are simply making a more informed choice, opting to nourish your muscles with anti-inflammatory, muscle-preserving nutrients instead of leaving them unprotected. Is continuing your current routine without omega-3 support truly worth risking your muscle strength and independence after the age of 70? Make the change tomorrow, and within weeks, you may experience the profound difference: increased energy, reduced stiffness, and muscles that feel prepared to support you for decades to come. Sixth, manage morning stress and cortisol levels. Here is a morning ritual that can be even more impactful than supplements. When it comes to protecting your muscles and extending your independence, stress management. Did you realize that unmanaged morning stress and elevated cortisol levels can silently undermine your muscle health, accelerating sarcopenia and increasing frailty? Researchers have discovered that chronic stress does not merely affect your mind. It elevates inflammation, weakens your muscles, and dramatically accelerates the aging process. What most individuals fail to comprehend is that the timing of stress management is almost as crucial as the method employed. A landmark study conducted at Stanford University revealed that seniors who consistently practice stress reduction techniques in the morning, such as deep breathing, mindfulness, or gratitude journaling, exhibited stronger muscles and a 32% lower risk of sarcopenia compared to those who allowed cortisol to remain unchecked. Dr. Elaine Porter, a leading geriatric endocrinologist, explains this clearly. Cortisol levels naturally peak in the morning, and if they remain excessively high, they promote muscle breakdown rather than repair. However, when seniors engage in calming practices first thing in the morning, cortisol levels decrease to healthier ranges, enabling muscles to recover, balance to improve, and inflammation to subside. Consider Rose's inspiring example. At 74 years old, she experienced constant bodily tension, tight shoulders, restless sleep, and weak legs. Her physician explained that chronic morning stress was silently accelerating her muscle loss. As an experiment, she initiated a new practice: 2 minutes of slow breathing, repeating affirmations, and compiling a brief gratitude list before breakfast. Within a single month, Rose discovered a profound sense of calm settling over her, her vitality stabilizing, and surprisingly, her legs felt remarkably robust during her morning constitution. "I used to believe stress was purely a mental affliction," she remarked, "but learning to manage it has restored a vigor I hadn't even realized had diminished." Therefore, here is your actionable itinerary for the coming day. The moment you awaken, before any coffee or sustenance, allocate between 2 and 5 minutes to reducing your cortisol levels. This could involve slow inhalation through your nostrils and exhalation through your mouth, jotting down 3 things for which you are thankful, or simply embracing a moment of quietude accompanied by soothing melodies. The crucial element is regularity. Make stress mitigation an indispensable part of your morning regimen. This extends beyond mere tranquility. It is fundamentally about providing your musculature with the hormonal milieu essential for combating sarcopenia and ensuring sustained strength for decades. Are you prepared to bestow this gift upon your physique tomorrow morning? What obstacles could possibly impede you from dedicating a mere few minutes to recalibrating your stress response and safeguarding your fortitude? Your muscles are actively anticipating this restorative stimulus to mend and flourish. Practice number 7: mindfulness meditation and morning respiratory exercises. This is the singular mental and physical discipline that individuals who age with grace into their 90s religiously observe each dawn. Intentional breathing and mindful awareness. However, this transcends the nebulous advice to merely relax and inhale. There exists a profoundly effective method for employing meditation and breathwork that actively activates pathways promoting longevity within both your musculature and cerebral centers. Neuroscientists at Stanford University have uncovered a remarkable revelation. Specific breathing techniques can diminish cortisol by as much as 25% and enhance oxygen delivery to muscles, thereby retarding sarcopenia and invigorating daily energy levels. Dr. Hannah Lee, a specialist in neuromuscular aging, elucidates. When older adults consistently engage in meditation and controlled breathing exercises in the morning, their autonomic nervous system achieves a state of equilibrium. This process mitigates inflammation, improves circulatory function, and strengthens neuromuscular signaling. These advantages directly contribute to muscle preservation, enhanced strength, and improved coordination. Consider Margaret's narrative, which powerfully illustrates this impact. At 75 years of age, she grappled with morning weariness, joint stiffness, and persistent anxiety about losing her autonomy. Upon learning about morning meditation and breathing practices, she initiated a modest 5-minute routine. This involved deep inhalation through her nose, a brief pause, and a slow exhalation while mentally visualizing her muscles being infused with strength. Within a month, Margaret noted a significant reduction in her stress levels, improved equilibrium, and a renewed sense of bodily energy. "It feels as though my muscles awaken when I find inner peace," she shared with a discernible smile. Here is a concise 3-minute meditation and breathing exercise you can commence tomorrow morning. Immediately upon waking, assume a comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. Place one hand on your abdomen and the other on your chest. Inhale deeply through your nostrils for a count of 4, sensing the expansion of your belly. Retain the breath for a gentle count of 4. Subsequently, exhale gradually through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this sequence 5 times. As you breathe, direct your thoughts toward your physical form. Express gratitude to your legs for their support, your arms for their assistance with daily tasks, and your heart for its unwavering service. The paramount principle is the synergy of mindfulness and respiration, fostering calm in your nervous system while simultaneously invigorating your muscles with oxygen. This practice is not mere wishful thinking, it engenders a measurable physiological transformation, reducing muscle-degrading stress hormones and activating pathways that promote the retention of lean mass. Will you pledge to undertake this potent practice tomorrow morning? It incurs no cost, necessitates no specialized apparatus, and holds the potential to contribute years of steadfast strength and self-reliance to your life. Have you dedicated even a few moments today to deep breathing and acknowledging your body's contributions? Or are you inadvertently commencing your mornings in a state of haste and tension? Your volition quite literally dictates the trajectory of your aging process, both physically and mentally. Practice number 8. Consuming bone broth or chicken foot broth for its collagen and gelatin content. Have you ever paused to contemplate the intricate processes occurring within your body at this very moment, particularly if you have abstained from any collagen source this morning? If not, pay close attention. Your musculature, joints, and connective tissues are acutely in need of collagen. As you process this information without replenishment, the minute fibers that maintain muscle integrity and suppleness begin to deteriorate, hastening sarcopenia and stiffness. The initial action adopted by nearly every senior who navigates aging gracefully into their 90s is not skipping breakfast or merely sipping black coffee. It involves fortifying their muscles and joints with collagen. And one of the most efficacious natural conduits of collagen is something remarkably uncomplicated: bone broth or chicken foot broth. Leading gerontologists and pioneering longevity researchers at Johns Hopkins have made a pivotal discovery. Elderly individuals who regularly ingest collagen-rich foods exhibit significantly slower rates of sarcopenia and joint degradation. Collagen not only supports dermal and skeletal health, but directly facilitates muscle repair and enhances strength. Dr. Angela Martin, a preeminent authority in aging nutrition, vividly explains. Collagen acts as the binding agent for the entire body. In its absence, muscles weaken, tendons lose their elasticity, and bones become brittle. However, consistent daily intake of collagen, even in the form of simple bone broth, cultivates the optimal internal environment for regeneration rather than degradation. Consider Helen's personal account, which powerfully exemplifies this principle. At 71 years of age, Helen experienced considerable stiffness in her knees and muscular discomfort. She harbored fears of diminishing independence. Subsequently, she adopted a simple daily ritual, consuming 1 cup of chicken foot broth each morning. Within a mere 8 weeks, her stiffness subsided, her legs felt more robust, and she was able to traverse her neighborhood with renewed confidence. "I attributed it solely to aging," Helen confessed. "But it transpired that my body was lacking its most essential nutrient, collagen. Therefore, Here is your straightforward plan to initiate tomorrow morning. Place 2 pounds of chicken feet or beef bones into a sizable pot. Cover completely with water. Incorporate 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which aids in collagen extraction, and season lightly with onion, garlic, and celery if desired. Then, simmer gently for a period of 6 to 12 hours, until the broth assumes a golden hue and exhibits a slight gelatinous consistency when cooled. Upon completion, strain and refrigerate. In the morning, simply warm 1 cup of broth and consume it slowly, either before or with your breakfast. For more comprehensive and delectable yet straightforward muscle building recipes, download the 30 Days Muscle Recovery Meal Plan linked in the description and the pinned comment below. This is not merely about a warm beverage, it is fundamentally about providing your musculature, joints, and connective tissues with the foundational elements necessary to counteract sarcopenia and maintain your strength. Can you genuinely commit to this exceptionally simple habit tomorrow morning? A single cup of bone broth or chicken foot broth daily could represent the divergence between progressive muscle loss year after year and the preservation of strength, independence, and mobility well into your 80s and 90s. For those who achieve longevity and maintain robust health, collagen is not an option, it is an absolute necessity. Tomorrow morning could mark the inaugural step in your journey of strength transformation. Practice number 9. Initiate a social connection ritual. Have you ever entertained the notion that you might be inadvertently compromising not only your cognitive function, but also your musculature each morning by commencing the day in solitude? If you are not making a sincere effort to connect with another human being within the initial hours of waking, you are unfortunately foregoing one of the most potent longevity accelerators that researchers have ever identified. Studies on aging unequivocally demonstrate that seniors who engage in consistent morning social interactions exhibit significantly stronger muscles, reduced inflammation, and a risk reduction of up to 33% for sarcopenia. Dr. Melissa Carter, a leading researcher in aging and social health, underscores its significance. Morning social connection reduces cortisol, elevates oxytocin, and initiates neurological signals that directly support muscular coordination, equilibrium, and energy levels. Seniors who begin their day connected to others are substantially more likely to retain physical strength and mental resilience into their 80s and 90s. Let us examine Jane's compelling experience. At 76 years of age, Jane had been contending with feelings of loneliness and declining physical prowess. She noticed her leg muscles weakening, her energy levels plummeting rapidly, and she frequently opted to forego her morning walks. Subsequently, her daughter encouraged her to adopt a simple morning ritual, conversing with a friend for 5 minutes each morning after breakfast. Within a mere 3 weeks, Jane felt a heightened sense of motivation, her mood improved, and most notably, she engaged in more physical activity throughout the day. To her astonishment, her balance assessments at her subsequent medical appointment showed a marked improvement. It was the conversation that imbued me with strength, Jane mused. Hearing a friendly voice reawakened my desire to care for myself. Embrace this life-altering habit. Commencing tomorrow morning, make it your unwavering objective to establish social contact before 10 o'clock in the morning. It need not be protracted. Even a 3-minute phone call, a friendly greeting to a neighbor, or a pleasant exchange with someone at your local cough suffices. If mobility presents a challenge, arrange for a daily phone check-in with a friend or family member. And if you share your residence with others, do not merely pass each other like strangers in a hallway. Make a conscious effort to greet, smile, and exchange a few meaningful words. This transcends mere conversation. It profoundly facilitates the recalibration of your brain and body in ways that decelerate the aging process, at a cellular level and offer protection against sarcopenia. Are you genuinely prepared to offer yourself this invaluable gift tomorrow morning? By reaching out, even briefly, and embracing this simple yet potent ritual, your muscles, your mind, and your heart are quite literally awaiting this crucial signal to thrive. Practice number 10. Consume teas rich in leucine instead of coffee. If you are not providing your muscles with the essential amino acids they require first thing in the morning, you are inadvertently hindering their ability to repair and grow. Leucine, an essential amino acid, is recognized as one of the most significant longevity triggers identified by researchers. Studies conducted by the National Institute on Aging clearly indicate that leucine directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis, the very process responsible for maintaining and even rebuilding muscle mass as we age. Seniors who initiate their day with leucine-rich beverages have demonstrated up to a 42% greater capacity to preserve lean muscle mass compared to those who rely solely on caffeine. Dr. Karen Fields, a researcher in nutritional geriatrics, articulates coffee provides stimulation, whereas leucine provides vitality to your muscles. When seniors substitute their morning coffee habit with leucine-rich teas, they not only experience enhanced energy but also provide their muscles with the critical building blocks needed to combat sarcopenia. Consider Linda's experience. At 72 years of age, she had been a lifelong coffee drinker but noticed a decline in the strength of her legs and experienced energy crashes by mid-afternoon. Her nutritionist advised her to swap her daily coffee for a morning tea infused with leucine-rich ingredients. Within a month, Linda felt more stable on her feet, her energy levels became more consistent, and she even reported fewer muscle cramps. I was unaware that a simple tea substitution could yield such significant results, she expressed, clearly astonished. Therefore, here is your straightforward plan to implement tomorrow morning. Instead of pouring another cup of coffee, prepare a simple leucine-rich tea. Bring a cup of water to a gentle boil. Then, steep a green tea bag for 3 minutes. While it steeps, stir in 1 teaspoon of spirulina powder and half a teaspoon of matcha for an added boost. For enhanced flavor, incorporate a squeeze of lemon and a drizzle of honey, if desired. Sip it slowly, enjoying its warmth and comforting nature, with the knowledge that it is nourishing your muscles with leucine and antioxidants that coffee alone cannot deliver. This is not merely about replacing caffeine, it is fundamentally about providing your body with the directive to build, rather than break down muscle, thereby aiding you in resisting sarcopenia and maintaining your vitality for decades to come. Are you genuinely willing to make this impactful change tomorrow morning? What could possibly deter you from exchanging coffee for a cup of muscle-preserving tea? Your muscles are quite literally awaiting this crucial signal to flourish. You are now equipped with the knowledge of 7 exceptionally potent morning practices that can safeguard your muscles, restore your strength, and facilitate your continued independence well into your 80s and 90s. These straightforward disciplines hold the potential to fundamentally redefine your health journey after the age of 60. Significantly reducing your susceptibility to sarcopenia and ensuring your body remains vigorous and capable. The reality is, you need not adopt them all simultaneously. Even initiating with just 2 or 3 of these habits can trigger discernible improvements in your energy, mobility, and self-assurance. Recall Margaret, whom we discussed earlier. She commenced with a single morning practice and gradually integrated others. Each incremental step contributed to a stronger, more resilient version of herself. The key is not perfection, but rather the act of commencing tomorrow, not at some indeterminate future date. This is because every morning routine transcends a mere list of tasks. It represents the operational program that either instructs your body to maintain strength, and rebuild muscle or to continue its decline day by day? Which message will you transmit to your muscles tomorrow morning? These practices are not optional extras, they are foundational components for anyone who genuinely aspires to age with strength, elegance, and autonomy. Which of these 7 morning rituals will you commit to trying first? Your future self, walking with steady legs, effortlessly carrying groceries, and enjoying life without the dread of weakness, is depending on the choice you make today. If you have found these insights inspiring and valuable, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe for additional science-backed strategies aimed at combating muscle loss and thriving after 60. Furthermore, ensure you download the muscle recovery recipes contained within the meal plan link below. I would also be delighted to hear from you. Which of these morning habits are you already incorporating into your routine? And which one are you most eager to begin tomorrow? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section below. And do not forget to share this video with a loved one. It may prove to be the most meaningful gift you bestow upon them, the gift of strength, independence, and many more years of healthy living.